Happy Tuesday. It's October 6th. It's time for a reading lesson today. We are going to go over some of our vocabulary words first. So yesterday, if you remember, we learned about what a relationship is. When you have a relationship with somebody, you have a connection with them. So like friends or relatives. Cooperate is when you work together to get something done. Okay. The new one, we have three new ones. So this one is collect. Looks like they're collecting seashells. To collect is to gather things together. So if there's something that you collect that you really like, maybe a certain toy or card or something that you collect, that means you like to get a lot of them and get them together for a collection. So in this picture, Maya collects pretty seashells and keeps them in a box. Think if there's something you like to collect. Okay, this word is deliver. Oops. When you deliver something, you take it to the person it belongs to. The mail carrier delivers letters and packages to each house. And this one is chore. Chore. You might know what a chore is. You might have some chores. A chore is a small job you must do. So an example, Rick's chore each week is to sweep the floor. Maybe you have to make your bed every morning, or clean up your clothes if they're on the floor, or clean your toys. Okay? So chores are things that you do, work that you have to do. Okay? All right, so those are our vocabulary words, and we're going to read our vocabulary story, and it's nonfiction this week, so it's about real things, and it's called Games Long Ago. So think about, we all like to play games. Even adults like to play games. We're going to learn about some games that they played long time ago. Okay, so on this first card, they have the word chore and collect. It's going to be in the actual story. So let's see. Can you see what this is down here at the bottom? Marbles. And then look at this picture. They're playing a marble game from long ago. Kids today have toys and games that children long ago couldn't even imagine. But kids still play some games that have been played for many years. Games with marbles are some of the oldest games of all. The first glass marbles were made in this country over 100 years ago. Children played with them after their chores were done. Why have kids loved this game for so long? Small round marbles are fun to look at and to collect. They come in a variety of colors and sizes. Marbles can look like cat's eyes or even bumblebees. Marbles are also fun to play. In one game, kids try to knock the other player's marbles out of a circle. The player who is first to knock out 7 marbles wins. So think about if that sounds like a fun game for you. Or are there any games you play that have marbles? Okay. The second card. It's like they're making a little go-kart or a little cart. Children have always loved to race against each other. Running and bike riding are 2 ways to race with your friends. But did you know that children also race in homemade cars? This was true long ago. It is still true today. Years ago, children raced in cars they built themselves from wood. These cars did not have engines. They coasted downhill until they stopped. The cars were called soapbox cars. What does a car have to do with a box of soap? Soap boxes were made of wood years ago. Kids used these boxes to build the seat of the car. It rolled along on roller skate wheels. Kids today still build soapbox cars. They work with their friends and family to make them. They still enter soapbox races too. Families sometimes travel to races together. The races help build relationships in the family. Parents, brothers, and sisters help the driver get ready for the race. Then they cheer the driver on. The materials used to build the cars today are fancier than they were long ago, but one thing has not changed. The cars still coast downhill. They don't need power. So it's talking about how they make these cars, and then it says that some kids and people still do it today. So they're comparing and contrasting the two. How they're different is nowadays they use fancier things to make them. How they're the same is they both still can go down the hill without needing power. Okay. And number 3 card. The word cooperate is on this one. Looks like they're jump roping. Jump rope has been a popular game for hundreds of years. People didn't always use ropes for jumping, though. The people of early Egypt jumped over vines for fun. It was Dutch people who brought the game of jump rope to America long ago. You can jump rope alone or with friends. When friends jump together, 2 kids turn the rope so others can jump. The 2 kids turning the rope need to turn it in circles at the same time. They need to cooperate and work together. There are many jump rope rhymes. Here's one. A, my name is Annie and my husband name is Adam. We come from Alaska and we sell apples. B, my name is Ben and my wife's name is Betsy. We come from Boston and we sell bananas. If you try jumping to this rhyme, see how far you can get in the alphabet without making a mistake. Do we jump rope today? We do, don't we? So this is another game that's played long ago that we still play today. The difference is long ago they used vines. Now we use jump ropes. Okay, oh, and this is something we do too, right? Fly a kite. How is a kite like a doll? Give up? Children have been playing with both of these toys for over 1,000 years, and they are still popular today. Kite flying probably started in China. Chinese people stretch paper or silk over the stems of a plant called bamboo to make their kites. They flew them at the Chinese New Year and in the spring. Kids today still like to fly kites on windy days. In a park or at the beach, it is fun to see how long you can keep a kite in the air. The Native American girl in the smaller picture was from the Crow Nation. Let's see if I can get it up close. She was photographed about 100 years ago. She is holding her doll. Then and now, friends have loved to play with dolls. They dress their dolls up and take them places. They act out stories with them. The first dolls were very simple. They were made from clay, wood, animal bones, and other things. Parents made them. They carved dolls from wood or made them from rags or paper. Today, factories make dolls and deliver them to stores. Dolls come in many shapes and sizes. There are dolls that can walk, talk, and open and close their eyes. There is a doll for everyone. So again, it's comparing and contrasting things that are the same in a way and then things that are different from long ago. So we flew kites, or we fly kites also, just like they did long ago, but we make them differently. Dolls have been around for, it said, thousands of years. For over 1,000 years, sorry. And so the way they made the dolls back then was much different than what we have today. Okay. All right, so that's our vocabulary story today. So I have this on my board, just shows all 4 pictures from our story. Okay, so when an author writes things that are true in nonfiction, it's easy to compare and contrast, to look at how things are the same, that's how you compare, and then contrast to look at how they're different. So we do some of these things the same, but then in a way we do them a little bit differently when we play. Okay, all right. So now what I would like us to do is we're going to reread our story from the Little Book. So you need to get this again. And we're going to find Toss, Kick, Hop. Toss, kick, hop. Okay. Pause me if you need to until you can get to this page. All right. I just want to look at these words and make sure we remember our new words this week. We have fun, make, they, two. Okay? And we have short I words. That's going to be your phonics video. Toss, kick, hop. Okay. I'm going to play it once through, and then then you're going to read it by yourself, okay? But I'm going to play it once through. We're going to just listen, follow along at the words.
Toss, kick, hop. Kids play together. Kids zip, zip, zip. Kids toss, toss, toss. Kids kick, kick, kick too. Kids make block houses. Kids make dolls. Kids hop in sacks. Hop, hop, flop. They have fun.
Okay. So before we talk a little bit more about our story, I want you to reread it. So just pause me while you read it, and then unpause me. Okay. Good job. I know sometimes we read stories 2 or 3 times. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that because that's what helps you become better. The more you read it, the better you will get, okay? All right, so we're going to talk a little bit, since this is nonfiction, it's about real life. Authors, and I talked about it in our vocabulary story, authors can compare things. They can put things together in a story, and then you can compare it, how it's the same, and then you can contrast it, how it's different. So let's look at this page. Let's think about how it's the same. The kids are inside, and we kind of talked about that yesterday. These kids are making something. And what about these kids? They're making something too, aren't they? So that's how they're the same. But the difference is of what they're making. What are they making? Right, things with blocks. And then what are they making? Dolls. So they're the same in that they're making something. It's different in that they're making different things. So the author did this on purpose, put these pages together. So think about this page. Even though it doesn't tell us really what they're doing, think about what's the same about these two, and then something that's different about it. Okay, so they're the same in that, what? They're playing outside, playing together. And then what's different? They're hopping in sacks. They're like doing a little race, and they're just playing on the playground together. They're not racing or competing. They're just playing together and having fun. So that's how they're the same and different. Okay, so yesterday, after we read it, we didn't read through this. But now I want to look at this because we've been talking a lot, haven't we? My eyes are big. A lot about key details in our stories. And I know we've said it and said it and said it and said it because it's important. Key details are what the things that are happening in the story, and they happen in order. So when you think about the things that happen in a story, what happened first, next, last, that helps you understand the story. So let's think about some of the key details in the story. And then they go in order. So let's listen to this one first. Maybe.
Key details. Key details tell important information about the selection. You can use photos to learn key details. Find text evidence. Find a key detail that tells about one way that friends play together. Use the words and pictures. Kids toss, toss, toss.
Okay, so she said use words and pictures. Kids toss, toss, toss. Okay, what do they toss? We look at the picture. They're tossing balls, beach balls. So when we're thinking about what do friends play together, we can look at the words and look at the pictures. So kids toss balls. That's one of the details that kids do together. Another detail is that kids make dolls. Another detail is kids hop in sacks. Were there more in the story? Yes, there were more in the story. There was kids make things with blocks. Kids, even from the title page, we could say kids play hopscotch. There's different things. It wasn't just those three things. So we had kids kick, or kick a ball, and we could see it was a soccer ball. Okay, so the key details are important in the story. Okay, that is all I have for today. You did great rereading that story for me, and our vocabulary story was a good one about games, because we all like games, don't we? Okay, and tomorrow we will read from our big book and do something with that. So that's all I have for you today. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.